Hello everybody, welcome back to a MoisTea gaming session of Naval Action. In this video we have a port battle for you, which will be on screen soon. Just thought I'd relax you into this with a nice morning sunrise or sunset. I can't remember what it was at this point in the game. But regardless, this occurred at Cornell. If you look at the game map, this was actually a few days ago. I've just honestly been super busy, so I've not actually been able to do the voiceover of it, and this is it. So it was myself with 4F5, BW, OP4S, and I think a Roger member was in here. LES attacked our port, and obviously we were going to be there to defend it. Now looking at that map there, you can see that the fort is up, but it's a very narrow channel, which gives us, the defender, a bit of an advantage if we play our cards right. So we're just casually sailing off now. I think it was Powder there, or Blob, whichever one you want to go for, is known by both, was running the operation. It were just fairly relaxed at this point. Generally going in a 2-2-5 direction. At this moment in time, we clearly had a distinctive advantage in numbers, firepower and ships. They must not have had enough members to fulfill their offensive actions, whereas we pulled together and we got things done. I don't think they ever actually got into the fort's range. That would have played a big part in it. But with them being all the way over there, it didn't really get involved. I love the look of this game. It is very bonny. Their lead ship, the Implacable, was actually starting to take some pain at this point. Not sure if I click on it. Yeah. Main focus at that moment in time was to take down that first Implacable ship. If you do stick around, you'll see a nice fiery explosion soon. That is very nice to watch. Don't see them all too often. So the Implacable on the enemy team has been taking cover now behind the Allied shipping, and none of us have really been touched so far. One of the enemy ships had more crew than what it probably should have done, so we had to be aware that that one was boarding fit. can usually tell a boarding fit ship, usually people end up putting more crew on it with hammocks and things. Be aware of that. You can spot them out a mile off. So with the wind slightly turning, we've had to go around 225 or 1 tick left of, just so that we do not stall. And as you can see, the enemy are now trying to use that to their advantage, but it has been spotted, and we are now, as a formation, kind of a formation, all decide to tack through the wind all at the same time, and that will deny the enemy from having the wind if we play this correctly. See how the enemy have pointed straight at us. If we hadn't have turned, that would have worked. The wind did keep moving around though, however, so it would have made it very difficult for the enemy to actually come down to us at that point anyway. As you can see, the wind is coming from the left of my ship. Nice formation going now. Enemy seem a bit stuck in irons of what to do and with the wind, whereas our team generally has the wind behind us. It's closing the distance a little bit, and we're going to start slowly going to around, yeah, there it is, 270, and then the enemy will not actually be able to get to us. We should be able to just blast them out of the water. So we clearly have the wind advantage in this scenario. As unlikely as it seems to happen, it has. Even despite it being an incredibly narrow channel. So that victory is sticking out right up front. It is now on its own. The Implacable we were hurting earlier is still being covered. I presume that they were expecting us to not switch targets. Or maybe they couldn't do anything about it because of the wind and such. Now that ship is very angled still, so I'm going to have to try and chew the bow off. That did cause a fire, and the magazine is now damaged on that victory. It's taken quite a few bow hits. Ships don't generally like that. Very nice flag on that victory. It's a shame it's going to explode soon. That fire is only the beginning. See what I was doing there. It's behind the fog, you can see. We saw it a lot on the side of that victory. A lot of the cannonballs bounced off the side. Another reason why I was aiming for that bar. Now look at that fire, quite happily raging away now. Reaching the top masts. Magazine is ready to pop. And there you have it. Victory goes kaboom. If you're near that can demast many parts of your ship. The splintering will destroy entire masts if you are close enough, and it will also decimate anybody who's on the top deck. So your crew also get hammered. You can stick fireship mods onto your ships, so they are purposely built as fireships. There's a close-up of what's left. And those mods will slowly but surely increase the power of the explosion. But they're only really worth putting on trash ships. Well, at this point, to be completely honest, it was just a bit of a clean-up operation. There was only a couple of them left. They all escaped. This guy over here was trying to escape. My sailing had just passed that island, you can see there. So we started loading chain. If you get an enemy ship into cruise shock, they won't be able to turn the sails or do much of anything. Those few cannonballs wasn't enough. Should have waited for a full broadside really. But Reynolds was kind of in the way by that point. There you go. Now they're in sail shock, they cannot manoeuvre the sails. Which means it's very hard for them to go where they want to go. And manoeuvre. You can use that very well if you play your cards right. overall this was actually a very peaceful port battle, to be honest. I do hope you like the visuals of this game if you've not been watching this one before. It is very nice. Just mopping up this last dude now. He's going to get demasted in a second. Happens. Thank you very much for watching if you did, and I'll see you in the next video.